I'm Jessie Cantrell, and welcome to Denmark for the second event of the World Series of Backgammon, the Nordic Open. The World Series of Backgammon is now in its second year, a multi-event tour with 4 WSOB Gold Cube events. First up was the UK Masters in London, where 128 players from all corners of the earth battled it out for the coveted Gold Cube. After 3 days of hard-fought competition, it came down to 2 men, John Hirst of the UK and Germany's Christian Plentz. After a tense final match, it was the Londoner known as the Smiling Assassin, John Hirst, who emerged victorious, securing direct entry to the WSOB Championship and taking his first Gold Cube. Next up, it's the chill of the North as Denmark hosts the Nordic Open, stop 2 on the tour. After the cold of the Northlands, we fly south to the sunshine and glamour of our final location, the Palm Beach Casino in Cannes, France, and the Riviera Cup. The 8 top players overall from these first 3 WSOB events win through to the final table of the WSOB Championship held at the Palm Beach Casino directly after the Riviera Cup. Here, they will be joined by 8 other players qualifying exclusively from online events. That means that anybody playing from home could also win one of the 10,000 euro seats up for grabs. It's a 160,000 euro shootout, which will see the winner pick up a cool 100,000 euro jackpot. It's semi-final time here at the Nordic Open. From a record-breaking entry of 154 players, it's down to the last 4. Stay with us for semi-final number 1, coming up later in the show. We saw a record-breaking 154 battle it out in the early round. Some big names fell, including Denmark's Gus Hansen. Fellow Dane Sander Lylloff also went out. Israeli Falafel won his first match only to be knocked out in his second. It was then quarter-final time, and after some intense play, the 4 semi-finalists were Hans Ketty Mathisen of Denmark, Austria's Tassilo Schiemann, Swede Manu Cherparshemi, and Jan Jakobowicz of Germany. Things have really not gone as expected here.
No, they haven't. There have been some surprises that were received, but there were pleasant surprises, but that happens all the time. You just never know sometimes, but it's kind of nice to see that.
So a lot of the big players ended up losing out in the first match. Can you tell us a little about that?
I went out in the second round. It seems like I've always been unlucky in these events. Gus is notorious for always losing in the first round. I mean, some other top players also ended up losing the first or second this time. But this is a tough tournament. Some of the best players are here. There's many good Danish players here all around, and maybe it's not such a big surprise after all. The level of the competition is very high, and perhaps this was bound to happen sooner or later.
Well, it should be a great competition. Do you have any predictions for how the outcome will be?
Actually, yeah, it's definitely going to be close. The favorite right now is probably Kidder from Denmark, of all the competitors that are left. And he's probably the odds-on favorite to go all the way.
We have a special World Series of Backgammon side event with Gus Hansen taking on Sander Lylloff for a $10,000 stake. Before we get into all the action here at the WSOB Nordic Open, let's take a quick look at the rules of the game.
Backgammon is one of the greatest games combining luck and skill. The backgammon board is divided into 4 sections with 6 points in each for a total of 24 points and a bar going down the middle. Each player has 15 checkers and 2 dice. This is the starting position. Red moves this way, orange moves the opposite way. Therefore, the checkers will come into conflict with each other as they move around the board. To win in backgammon, you must run faster and fight harder than your opponent. This section of the board is Red's home board. This section is Orange's home board. The objective is to move all your 15 checkers around and into your home board, and then take them off. The first player to take all his checkers off the board wins the game. You have to move the checkers according to the dice. Say you roll a 6 and a 1, you can move one checker 7 points, like this. Nevertheless, here it would be much better to move 2 different checkers and make a new point. However, you cannot land on a point occupied by your opponent. Beware of leaving too many checkers unprotected. They will be attacked. A lone checker is called a blot and can be hit. If your opponent hits your blot, it has to start all over again. This checker must re-enter from the bar before you can move anything else. Final stage of the game. Now you need Lady Luck on your side. Remember, all your checkers must be in your home board before you start taking them off. Pressure your opponent with the doubling cube. Just like in poker, raising the stakes is a powerful weapon. Use it. If a player thinks he has a solid edge, he should double. Initially, either player can do this before they roll the dice. You now have the choice to refuse and lose 1 point, or take and play on for double the stake. Should the game turn around, you can redouble and put your opponent in the hot seat. Pass or take, do or die, mice or men. Remember, it's not enough to learn the rules. You have to spend some time in front of the board to familiarize yourself with the patterns and the movement of the checkers, because backgammon is a game of feel, a game of experience. While you may learn a thing or two from reading a backgammon book, there's no substitution for the ultimate learning tool, playing the game yourself. And trust me, you'll have a lot of fun. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next contender for the World Series of Backgammon title.
That's it for now. Join us after the break for the semifinals here at the WSOB Nordic Open. So I was trying to find Carter Maddock, and I knew he'd had a tough time, so I thought I might be able to find him at the bar, and sure enough...
Sure enough, here I am at the
bar.
bar.
I did. So what's happened?
It's been a long tournament. I mean, there's still plenty of side games, side action going on while the championship's being played, and
Things didn't really go your way, or what happened?
I'm alive in one small event, but...
What event?
I am in the consultation doubles. My uncle and I are in the semis.
So you're still alive a little bit.
Yes, I'm still alive. This is my Uncle Scott, and we are right now losing to Team Copenhagen. It's a full consulting game where 2 players play against 2 other players, so it's a very quick match. Anything can happen. Just one dice roll ends up like double fours. Just killed us the game before.
Well, have you been doing any side games? Which
Yes,
I hear is what goes on when people lose.
There's side games, there's money games, there's 1,000 things they're playing right now. So everyone's still really busy, everyone's clinging to that last shred of hope that they actually may cash in something.
So what do people do to cure their blues?
The best one was introduced to me 2 years ago by my friend Thomas at Dane. It's called Fisk.
Fisk. What is that?
I'll tell you what it is. It's my good friend Dr. Fisher.
Oh, I don't take shots.
I'm not sure you two have met, but let me introduce.
So this will make all the pain go away?
All the pain go away.
And it really works?
Yeah.
I feel better. Gosh, I feel a lot better.
Me too.
Let's go watch some backgammon.
Sounds good.
Before we start, let's take a closer look at our 2 contestants for semifinal 1. In Semi 1 today, we have Manu Cherparshemi of Sweden versus the home favorite, Hans Ketty Mathisen of Denmark.
I didn't expect to be in this level, but always everyone has chance to be here.
I felt very comfortable playing all these matches. I felt confident. And whenever I got a crowd with 30 or 50 people around me, I just think it's fun and I enjoy the game.
Hello, so where are you from?
We're from Germany.
Who do you think will win?
The Danish player, Mathisen.
Are you rooting for him?
Quite sure. Yeah, of course I am.
Who are you rooting for?
I don't know, really. Both of them, I suppose. Anything can happen, so I'm just waiting to see who does win.
I'm also for Mathisen, yeah. I like him. He's a very nice guy, and I hope he gets the final.
In our first semi-final here at the World Series of Backgammon Nordic Open, it's Manucher Parchami of Sweden versus the last Dane standing, Hans Christian Mathisen. May the best man win.
On the next shake, I actually have a very strong feeling that this is a solid double and also what we call a solid pass. I don't think he can take this. This is a double and a pass as far as I'm concerned. I would be willing to play a lot of people this is a prop, but anyway, I would double. I think it's a very strong double just because of the structural disadvantage that Manucher has with both ace points. It's just going to be very tough to win a long, long game.
Okay, here it is.
He does, in fact,
and he
double.
takes it. Okay, this is an erroneous take, and he might well end up throwing away the 4 points that he's just gained from that freak gammon with a certainly erroneous take here. A splendid double from Kedda. And it's very hard to imagine how Manucher is going to win this game.
It is, but there's a double six. That's a great shot. That is by far, people might not know this, but this is by far his best shake. Making the 2 point, making a 3 point board, putting a little bite into things, and then basically, oh, that's a great comeback. But the jot down win for Hans Christian Mathisen for a 4-3 deficit. But
it's a resignation. I'm jotting it down. 4-3. Manucher Parchami leads the Dane Kedda in this 17-point match. And it might even be a play-on if he stays out here. No, he's in. He's in with a 1-5. Oh, now we get to the volatile part of the game. This is the bit I like most, Gus.
Well, definitely a 3 here, and Hans Christian is going to be in for a very strong deuce 6. He comes in with a deuce, but has no 6 to play. So basically, he didn't hit the devastating 3. He didn't hit 4 or 5 with the ace or the deuce, and this looks like a 4-1, but it could be a 5-1.
There's a huge difference because the 5-1 leaves a shot, the 4-1 doesn't. No, it's obviously a 5-1, and he has no way to play this without leaving a shot. So he does the best he can with it, but he's now going to get attacked with 4s, 5s, and obviously hit in the outfield with 2s. And this may well be strong enough to redouble, Gus.
Well, there's the thing about some 4s and 5s doesn't attack. There's the 5-6, and the 4-6 is very ugly numbers. This might be a tad bit early. I predict this is a tad bit early for a 4-cube, especially for a guy who is actually going to be conservative with the cube, who's going to grind 1 point at a time. This seems a tad bit early to me.
Okay, the redouble is sound. It's actually a blunder not to redouble, and it's also a take. And so we're seeing an erroneous pass there. I think he's got a read on his opponent, Gus.
He might very well. He did a lot better than I would have done here. It's a 6-6. Another mistake from the commentary, but hey, 6-6. Again, I guess Manucher is afraid of that very strong home board, which he very well should be. I think he still should have taken the cube in that last position, but...
Okay. He should have redoubled last roll, we're being told. And if he should have redoubled last roll, then this is certainly not takeable now. And he must be playing on too good. He's going to roll that checker all the way and leaving only 3 shots, and he's in terrible gammon danger. Manucher Parchami from Sweden, originally from Iran.
4-4 would be the gin number, but seemed again that Hans Christian Mathiesen was a little tight on that cube. He had a couple of opportunities to maybe ship in a solid redouble, but waited a little long, and basically he's...
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh my God.
Oh dear.
Oh my God, that was ugly. That was really ugly. See, that was he had the wrong misconception, whatever it's called. Excuse my English, but I mean, he wasn't really playing on. He was waiting to be good enough, and his positions was way too strong. I bet there was plenty of gammon wins and almost no losses with him holding the cube. I mean, that was a terrible double.
But having already given his opponent 2 free kicks at the jokers off the bar, then he cubed him out when he really genuinely was too good. So he should have played on there. Might have won 4 points out of it. Decided to chicken out and just cash the 2 points. But there again, Gus, you know, he's got his own strategy. He basically, he obviously just wants to have minor points exchanges with his opponent, just creep ahead, try to get to sort of 15-12 ahead or something like that, and then deliver the killer punch. I think that's his strategy here.
Yeah, well, don't forget that he already did ship one 4-cube that I actually thought was a tad bit early. Of course, the computer confirmed that I was wrong.
Well, not of course at all.
Of course, confirmed is a little bit strong, because even though the computer is very strong at assessing backgammon positions, the computer does make mistakes, but so do I. A quick double here and a 10-6 lead.
Join us after the break for more semifinal action here at the WSOB Nordic Open.
You want to build points, block your opponent, and trap him. If you have 2 or more checkers on a point, that point is yours. Several points in a row will form a blockade, also called a prime, and can ultimately stop your opponent from moving his checkers.
So I think it's going very well for the Swedish guy, but I like that the other guy wins.
Well, I think the game is going okay, but I would have hoped for a better start for Mathiesen, but it seems the Swede is getting away with some difficult things. So I'm hoping for a better match for Mathiesen from now on.
It was a great game just now, and he got doubled, and it was a nice take, and he took it, and he redoubled to 4, and he got his 2 points. So he's right back in the match.
Well, hello, John and Gus. I'm just going to catch up with you guys a little bit. I'm here on the floor, and everyone's very excited and is gathered around to watch the match. So what is your take on it so far?
Okay, Jesse, I think we're seeing the Dane slowly move ahead towards the target here. He's 10-6 ahead in this 17-point match, and I think he's obviously got the measure of his opponent. He's got a great read on him. He's shipping in good cubes now. He's playing the checkers. They both started off this match playing pretty badly, but they're improving as the match goes on. And I'm tipping the Dane to win this. I mean, that's not really an unusual thing to do when he's 10-6 ahead, but I just feel that he's outplaying his opponent now. What do you think, Gus?
I definitely think that he's the better player. I think he has been a little nervous. Like John said, got off to a shaky start. I think he is playing a little bit better, but we're still seeing some errors, but definitely a big advantage, obviously being ahead 10-6, but also being the better player. So I think he's a solid favorite right now to win this match.
All right, well, it looks like they're about to get started again, so let's take a look at the game.
Okay, thanks, Jesse.
Talk to you guys later.
Double 4.
Yeah, just about plays. He's created a 5 prime with it, and I think he's going to get hit with any 4 nevertheless.
Any 4, let's see, any 4, that's a 5-2, that's a no 4 as far as I'm concerned. And again, I think...
Well, he could certainly be looking at this. This is a perfectly reasonable double from behind. Yes! Okay, I think this is well played, Gus.
Well, I'm only wondering if he's doubling after the double 4. Why didn't he double before? Because the double 4 was a tad bit awkward. But
well, the double 4 did make the 5 prime.
It did, but so would sixes and ones have done. So
okay, it's no double take apparently. So let's see if Kedda can rise to the occasion and take this cube. It's not so easy. You know, your position doesn't look that great, but computer confirms that the correct cube action would not be to double. But if you get a pass, then this will be a tremendous move by our Swedish Iranian.
let's see, and with so we've already seen Hans Christian Mathiasen has a profound love of counting the pips. That's actually very important in backgammon. Just have a good idea of what the race situation is, and he comes up with a correct adjustment and takes this cube. This looks like a 6 and a 5. Okay, this is definitely one play. He loves that play, but it does leave 2s, 3s, and 4s. He could go the other way around, just playing the 6 out and just making his own deuce point. He could even just swing one checker all the way around to the 9 point, giving him an extra builder. I think this looks a little bit rich with the 3 blots and 1 blot in his home board. I would definitely play a different 5. Which one? I'm actually not quite sure.
He can also keep that checker going. I mean, that's yet another candidate play, and that would give him a 2 to make a prime. But I think I go for this play, Gus.
This makes sense. It improves your home board and steps out. Definitely stepping out is the right idea. 5-1. Let's see if Kedda makes the right play. That looks like the right play. Put some pressure on your opponent, giving him all 5s, 3-2, 4-1, and 3-6 to hit. That's 17 numbers that hits back. And going by his timid style, he could play just 8-3 and 4-3. I'm not a big fan of that, but it does save a lot of gammons. When you hit lose and you get hit on the 5 point, you do lose some gammons because you leave an extra blot.
Yeah.
Let's see, 1-1, 2-2, 6-5 is a good shot. And now Hans Christian should definitely stay with that back checker. 4-3, just put it on the 1. And hope you hit a shot. Hope you get a shot.
Yeah, well, it's only 5-1, 6-1 and hit. I mean, that only adds up to 4% chance of actually hitting on the next roll. So to all intents and purposes, this is going to be 2 points to Manusha, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's see here. That's a cocked die. It's going to roll again. It's going to take it. Giant.
Okay, did we mention the 5-1, Gus? That's one of the numbers that leaves a shot. And suddenly, he's got a 30% chance of winning this game, and thereby justifying the take.
Let's see.
Huge roll, this. Huge roll. 4-point swing on this roll, and he hits the ace, and the Danish crowd love it. They know, they're a very knowledgeable crowd. They know that he's just turned the percentages around in this game completely on their head. He was about a 70% underdog to lose that game. Now he's probably about an 80% favorite.
Well, he is about 100% favorite because he should redouble to 4, and I'm pretty confident that Manusha should pass this 4 cube. I mean, he has deuces, 3s, and 4s. He has a 6-1 to make the bar point. But again, his 4-3. Are you absolutely kidding me? This is just a horrible mistake. I mean, he can't be playing on for the gammon because you don't win gammons with only one guy on the roof with a close board and no checkers in the outfield. He's basically giving him a 1-6. 1-6.
This is the free kick he's getting. Can he find the 1-6? A 1 he'll take. There's the 1. At least it's a 1.
Oh, we got some excitement going here. Now, Kedda has an absolutely big no double. He should not double, obviously, since he didn't double before. 6-1. A reasonable shot. Comes in, but fails to hit.
Wow. Wow, now this is flair, Gus. This is a huge flair play. Frankly, I don't like it. But all credit to him for looking at a play like that. If his opponent's ball were weaker, that might be a good play. But he's gambling against his opponent rolling a 6. But if Manusha rolls a 6 here, he's going to be a favorite to win this game, especially double 6.
Okay, double 2 was an ugly roll, and once again we have a huge double for Hans Christian Mathiesen and a big pass. I can, by the look of Manouchian Parshami's face, I know he's going to pass this cube pretty much instantly. And there's a clap from the audience.
Okay, the audience likes the recube. The commentary box likes the recube.
Yeah.
Manouchian doesn't like the recube because he passes.
That was an ugly-looking play. And makes it less dangerous for...
Okay, now, he doesn't have to leave a shot. He can play this 1 to the ace and 1 to the 3-point, but he's decided to volunteer the shot.
Or volunteer that shot.
No, if you're going to volunteer a shot, you really should be clearing your biggest problem, which is that one. And that's what he's done. So all 5s will hit this, 6-4 as well. But 4-3 is just horrible. And he's buried a checker. That's the last thing he wanted to do.
Well, that was his slightly inferior play last time. Had he just slotted the 4-point, like you said, he could have kept a 5-point board, making the 4 and the deuce and just keeping a slot on the 6. So basically his inferior checker play made it costly for him to make this move. Usually if you don't distribute your checkers at the right points, you will have fewer good shots, and basically...
Okay, he's volunteering the shot again. He doesn't have to do this. He could play the 6 in and 1 to the ace point, but...
this doesn't make no sense at all. I mean, it's just a voluntary slot. Why would he do that?
And he gets hit. 6-3, and here comes... Surely it's a 6-3. Yes, he's hitting with the 3. That's the one he should bring down. Yes, it leaves an extra 4-5 as a hit. This gets hit with double 4 anyway, so it was only 1 extra shot to have a builder for the 4-point. His opponent might come in with a 4-1 or 4-2, and you'd want something there to attack him with. Okay, now an ace. Now an ace. This is getting exciting, Gus.
6-2, that's actually not that bad a shot. He should just make the 10-point out there, I think. Or maybe even... Okay, he wants to stay back with his back checkers. Don't agree with that. I would have run out with a 6 and played the deuce somewhere.
Okay, now he's actually a favorite to make the 2-point, all 4s and 1s. There's the 4. Doesn't mind sort of creating another buried checker in return for solidifying his home board. But a 4 here will make the Dane favorite for the match. Now, can he bring these checkers around? It's a disastrous double 4. And this is all because they didn't make the Gus Hansen play earlier of coming off the anchor at the first opportunity when you had your opponent on the bar.
Well, he definitely did get unlucky rolling that double 4 and a 4-3 before and so on, but he should have taken the opportunity to bring a checker out earlier, and would have been a different result. Maybe.
There's the 5-1 in with the 5, up with the 1, and suddenly I think I've got yellow as a favorite here, Gus.
Oh yeah, definitely. 6-3. Well, he springs it.
Okay.
All the way, but now he might very well come under attack himself. Double 1s.
Okay.
Boom.
Boom. Okay, well, he's really in trouble now. Must enter with a 3. What he'd really like is a 3 and out. 3-6, not a 2-6, would have been a great shot. And now that last yellow checker just has to get home. He's crossed 1 hurdle. Only a 3-6 return shot. Otherwise, I think we're going to see a Dane in the final of this, the 2005 Nordic Open. Okay, 2-1 really doesn't help Manouchian's cause. And I think another couple of rolls and we're going to see a resignation here, Gus.
I think we should already have had a resignation, because I think we can say that going on to the final of the Nordic Open 2008 is Hans Christian Mathiesen, the insurance agent from Denmark, the backgammon teacher, but not a gambler. But I think the gambling he's been doing this week, he is on to the final.
And what an interesting match and a completely conflicting set of styles there, Gus.
Oh yeah, definitely more Middle Eastern, more old style, and Kid had played a little more modern game, although at times I thought he was being a little bit too modern, but then again, he was ahead most of the match and cruised to, well, didn't quite cruise at the end, but still managed to win a solid 17-12.
So how do you feel now?
Excited. It's so excited.
You're the last Dane.
Yeah, and I'm right there where I want to be, in the final.
Are you going to take the Danes all the way?
Yeah, sure.
It was very pleasure to be here and see you all guys doing very well. I appreciate it. This is something that I keep with myself in whole life.
I started playing chess originally, and then it kind of went towards backgammon after I discovered backgammon. It was just a better tool game for making money. Of all the players, I played more than anybody at a given time, on any given time. Nobody could outplay me. My education in backgammon was just playing and watching nonstop. I don't do much, actually. I don't have to wake up in the morning. I don't wake up in the morning. In fact, I go to sleep pretty late. I can play until 4 or 5 in the morning sometimes. It's kind of nice, you know. I have a lot of freedoms that other people don't have. Of course, I have a lot less responsibility than most other people, but I guess I kind of like it that way. There's always so many things that you discover about the game that you didn't know. It's like always amazes you, and like there's something else that you just didn't know about. And that's what keeps it even more interesting to pursue, you know? Like pursuing, try to find a subject in which, you know, that you like, and then you're just trying to figure out everything and the truth, you know, and which is, it's fascinating, just trying to figure out and prove things. It's never ending. There's no end.
We're here at the WSOB Nordic Open. We have a side event, 2 of the strongest Danes in the game. We have Sander, primetime Lylloff, weighing in at 90 kilos, playing against Gus, the Maniac Hansen, a svelte 77. You have the weight advantage. Do you think that'll come into play?
Yeah, I feel good about my weight advantage. We're gonna give the crowd the money's worth.
Excellent. And what about you, Gus? How has it been going in money games against Sander?
Mr. Lylloff, he's gotten the best of me here lately, so I'm looking for some revenge.
Okay, we got a 5-point match for 10,000 on it, 3 minutes. You guys ready to go?
We're ready to go.
Let's go.
Good to go.
All right, good match.
Luck, Gus. Gambling, Gus.
Okay, thank you for that introduction, Carter. And here we go. 5-point match, $10,000. Sander Lylloff playing the yellow checkers against Gus Hansen, my former commentator. We've lost him from the box, but I'm glad to say we're replacing him with 2 of the world's most respected players. First of all, Mike Falafel, Nathan's Own. Hello, Mike.
Hi, John, and hello to everybody in the audience and at home. Happy to be here. We got quite an exciting match between 2 of the top players, both well known, and I'm looking forward to seeing this done.
Okay, thanks, Mike. And we also have Morten Holm, bookmaker extraordinaire, poker player, backgammon player, and world-respected authority on the game. Hi, Morten.
Hey, John. Nice to be here. And yeah, I really love to see these 2 guys play this speed match, because it is really a speed match. I would have difficulties conquering it, but they are 2 of the quickest players in the world.
Morten, has there been any betting in the audience for this match?
Oh yeah, there was a setup that there was no juice betting, and you could bet on either player. and
Right.
I guess most of the money came in on Lylloff.
Okay, well, Lylloff has indeed taken a 1-0 lead, so his supporters will be delighted. We've sort of missed that first game with the introductions, but Gus is straight back on the attack with a fantastic double six response roll. That gives him an edge.
Too many points over there.
And you're up in the race.
We should have made a line. We should have made a line on the time. Who's going to beat the other one on the time? You want to do that now? I mean,
Well, Gus is a big favorite, right?
I laid 2-1 on Gus. How's that?
Not taken. Gus is going to win for sure.
Okay, my fellow commentators are very busy betting with each other on this match, and the many dimensions that can be thrown up with a match like this.
Okay, I'll take 4-1 on. I'll take 5-1 on Sander. How's that? Make a market. Come on, give me some action.
Yeah, we can. I guess we can find some sort of market where we can agree on something.
I can run.
What do you want to give me? I'll lay 3-1 on Gus. Playing faster.
Well, I'm taking 5-1 on Sander. You either give it or you say lower.
I'm not giving it 4-1. I'll give.
I'll give you 4-1. You got 4-1. It's done. You get 4-1.
Okay, I'll take 4-1.
You have 4-1 on Sander. All right. It's nice.
But Sander is going to catch up.
I have a 40-second lead. That's nice.
Meanwhile, coming back to the action, we've got Sander Lylloff leading 1-0 in this 5-point match for $10,000. Exhibition match. First time we've ever had that on the World Series of Backgammon. And great opportunity to see Gus Hansen in action, coming back to his roots. He was one of the greatest backgammon players in the world when he more or less quit the game to take up poker. Of course, he's made a tremendous name for himself in poker, but he loves backgammon. Sometimes he talks about actually preferring backgammon as a game, the intrinsic merits of the game. It's more exciting, more things to think about all the time. And I have to say I've been immensely impressed with him in the commentary box. Time and time again he calls the play correctly before we get the computer feed. And I don't think you can underestimate Gus and his playing ability at all.
I agree with that 100%, John. I'm always myself impressed with him time after time. He's not to be taken lightly. Meanwhile, he's got a great position here, and he's probably looking to double.
Yeah. And I mean, and we're all so delighted that he's back in the gammon circles again. We've had fun with him all week, and I mean, it's just great. He's a great ambassador for the game.
He certainly is, and I said to him the first time I worked with him, Morten, the game needs him.
Definitely. And I think the point is, like you said, he enjoys it, and that's the big part about it. He wants to do this, and he would love to just hang around and play his gammon. This is very interesting, by the way, the 5-1.
Yeah, meanwhile, okay, he's played it super big. A lot of return shots here, and he's up against the killer board.
This is a big one.
Wow.
This can't be bad.
Double 5, it's an absolute killer.
It's a killer.
And before you know it, Sander's going to be playing on for the gammon here.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you why you didn't cube?
It's good for the time bit.
Meanwhile, notice that Sander is asking Gus why he didn't cube.
Yeah.
Which is what I was thinking for a second myself.
Well, we know why Sander hasn't cubed now, because he's playing on for the gammon. His expectation is to try and win more than the 1 point that he could win by cubing. So he doesn't touch the cube and let his opponent off for 1 point. He thinks he can get a 2 out of this, and, well, unlikely to get 3 out of it, but his expectation is certainly more than 1 at the moment. Therefore, no double, just play on, because you're too good to double.
Absolutely, John. He's certainly playing for the 2 points. He rates to get it, and nothing to fear in this position.
He's just cruising right now. Double.
Let's see what this is. No aces is good.
5-2. Now it's only 2. It's 5. Now he's like in the... Look at that.
Okay, it's up to more than 95% gammons here. Only a 2-1. It's a 3-1. Just scrapes home.
Didn't waste a pip.
And that's
no wastage.
I guess that was a big mistake not cubing there.
Definitely.
And now this is the opportunity.
God.
Yeah.
This is certainly the opportunity.
This is easy double. Easy double.
Gus is not going to screw it up, and of course he doubles immediately.
Okay, now we've already got the computer feed. The computer says
it's going to be 4-3 for me.
I've got the computer feed. You haven't. Take or pass.
I have no idea what you're doing.
I would, right off the top of my head, I would let it go.
Yeah, this is a pass.
Okay, brilliant stuff from my co-commentators. The computer confirms both of my commentators got it spot on. This was a double. This was a pass. That was the action across the table. This is top-class gammon.
Absolutely. That was a big game by Gus because it was a big underdog to lose it and to lose the match.
Yeah, but now he's within striking distance of the match. If he can get the 2-cube over in a gammon situation,
yeah, exactly. And he opens with a double
he will be
5.
risking the match against him. But if he wins a gammon, he can win the match. Okay, here it comes.
15 seconds. Oh, he's going to use his 15 seconds. That is clock management.
Well, he's touched the cube. I think that really obliges him to cube.
Another 15 seconds for that one.
That was very interesting what Gus just said there. Sander fanned and he used the 15 seconds to think about this coming cube. Very interesting concept, and this is an easy pass, but still he did the right thing.
He got 2 checkers on the bar.
I agree. It's a special score situation. If Sander takes the cube and should he get gammon, he's going to lose the match.
Yeah, so if he does take the cube, we're going to see a blitz from Gus, and he's one of the best blitzers in the world. He just loves to pound those checkers away and crush his opponent into submission.
Come on.
Good decision by Sander.
Sander knows that. He's happy.
But before that, Gus should have put the pressure. He had an opportunity to send it. We can certainly get him bet on that.
Okay, we'll bet. I say there has been no cube errors up until before the double 3. So.
Okay, 4-2 gives his board some teeth.
Meanwhile,
and this is a shot. This is a shot. However he plays it, he's got no choice.
He's so brittle. Look at the brittleness in this position. I mean, and this is an awful shot. I mean, wow.
I think he's just going to have to play both checkers from the 8 point.
It looks like that, John. I agree. It looks like it.
At least it strengthens his board slightly. It gives minimum shots.
I think still I would come down. This you can't do it. I would still come down.
That was an interesting play.
It was, but I would still come down. I mean, now.
It looks like a G.
Yeah.
It looks like a gammon.
It looks. Oh.
Okay. He's happy with a 3. Unfortunately, this means that
it's a big roll.
He's getting hit back with some all aces and some 5s.
Look, ace is good. It was a very crucial roll, by the way, coming up for Sander. I mean, now he can close out the match again if Gus fans.
Exactly. Okay. If Gus fails to enter, Sander is just going to roll on and look to hit the second man and just finish the match off with a gammon.
Well, let's be realistic. He's not favourite to fan here. He's 3-1 against fanning, and
at some point he's going to fan.
We've all seen it.
Yeah.
We've all seen it.
Look at him.
Great roll.
Okay, superb stuff. Comes in with a 3, hits with a 1, and somehow he's got the tempo back here.
Now it's going to be interesting if Sander fans.
And in fact, it's Sander that fans. Yeah, great stuff, Morten.
Yeah. And I think he should cube. I mean, he's stuck 2-3. I mean...
okay, he's a tiny...
And he just rolls.
He rolls.
He rolls.
He just rolls.
He's hit the other block.
Now it's important roll here. Another dance.
No. Oh, my God.
Now this has got to be a pass.
I have no idea what this is.
But
it looks like...
Oh, he's bluffing. He's bluffing.
I don't know.
Is he bluffing over the backgammon table?
Yeah. He's just trying to pretend he doesn't know what's going on. He knows this is a monster pass. He's smiling.
I don't know about that, John. I really don't know about that.
You do have 2.
I'm unsure about the pass. He has an anchor. He has ways to go. Even though if you close him out on the 5 point, he still have time to get in with 3 checkers on the ace or the 4 point while Gus brings around his checkers. So I don't think this is an easy pass. And this is not a 3-1 score, 3-0 score. This is 3-2.
Okay, so you're betting on a take here, Morten?
Yeah, and also another thing, since Sander is losing quite some gammons, means that he's winning a lot of games. Actually, 3-2, you're looking to not get into a situation where you just lose games. If you get a cube in a race, you should pass a lot.
Okay.
But so I mean, it's very interesting.
No. What a terrible decision by Sander. What a terrible. I feel that's a terrible decision. He actually had a chance to take the cube and play it out for the match. His position was quite good.
I could start out like this.
And Gus was very inflexible. Wasn't that flexible?
Yes, we're just about to get the computer feed on the...
Yeah.
Okay.
And I happen to agree with Lylloff. And what I was going to say was, we were a little surprised he didn't double earlier, but I think Gus made a great play not doubling. And now, of course, we know since we got the feed, but it definitely was a big no double when he did no double.
Okay. Well,
so,
I just had a suspicion he was going to pass that. Now there are some considerations as to why you can pass that. Maybe maybe he feels that he's playing an inferior player. God forbid. But if that's the case, then you can pass takes.
Yes, there are some situations where that comes out, but in a match of this magnitude, Sander certainly could not have ever afforded to make such a tremendous error.
Get some errors for
But
this.
another thing I want to add is we have to look at the time. Sander has 45 seconds to go. He do have to make up his mind fast. And he's been coming from a position where he's leading 3-0, 3-1, and those are positions where you don't want to take cubes. Now all of a sudden at 3-2, now you can take a little more. So I guess that has affected the time and with the whole situation.
Great stuff from Morten Holm. I think what he's actually saying is when you're ahead on the score and you're facing a cube that can make it single match point in your favor, you can actually take the cube deeper. A lot of people think that it's the other way round, that you can pass lighter, and it's not. You can in fact take a little bit deeper.
Meanwhile, John, I just wanted to point out something. The score is 3-3, right?
Yeah.
And we're playing to 5. Notice what Gus is doing. He did not use the doubling cube. He has a tremendous advantage in this game right now. And before he did it too, and he just did not use the doubling cube, which means that he thinks that his opponent is playing the cube inferiorly.
Okay, well, I think there's another reason as well, Falafel. I think it's because he's got his opponent in a little bit of time trouble.
That's the other factor.
He doesn't want to make this double match point by cubing. He also might win a gammon from this situation, which will be the most efficient way to close out the match.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
It's a big pass probably right now.
Now it is.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
That's why it's not cubing. Yeah, this would be a huge pass because at this particular score you need somewhere between 31.5 and 32% to take the cube.
You use 46 seconds.
He's got to come out. That's pretty clear.
This is a very clear play, I think, John, right? We just scoot out.
Well, he's obviously looking at making the second anchor and slotting the 3-point.
I stand correct.
That's also a play.
42 seconds.
Let's try and look at all the
Well, there's no question. You just have to come. You can't go into a back game. I mean, you just can't. I mean, now he should probably take. By the way, if he's getting doubled, because
And
does
look
not
at this.
double.
Gus
Look at that.
his
Look
worst
at that.
number.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable here.
Yeah.
Gus outsmarted himself, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at this. Those two fives are clear.
Looks like he was cruising.
Obviously, I'm a big fan of
Yes. This is a clear play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is a big roll. He's got to come in.
This is a very big roll. But the fours are dupes.
He came in.
He came in.
6.
And 2, duplicating the deuces.
Good play.
Okay.
Well, he could have picked up the blood actually in double 3. Another bad roll. Now Sander should be looking at doubling.
Now Sander, considering that he doesn't have that much time,
he should definitely double. I mean, if he makes the point, he has a 5-point prime, and he maybe Gus shouldn't even take, but he has to take, I guess. I mean, yeah. And he recognizes it.
Very good decision.
Okay, here we go. It's double match point. The winner of this game wins $10,000 in the match.
no matter what.
This is great entertainment.
By the way, this is typical of their matchups in the past that I've seen, so this is expected.
Good play on the 6-2, by the way, by Sander. Big roll coming up.
Absolutely.
Once Sander makes that 5-point, he's going to be in a demanding position. 4-1. Now a crucial roll is coming up. He has to come up.
And needs to roll a 5.
Right.
Yeah.
And Gus is pointing out that the 5 is a bad roll for Sander.
Okay, he's got 5 builders on that point. That makes him a favorite to make the 5 points on top of the red checker.
5-2.
Unfortunately, he rolls a 5.
Like the worst 5. This is like the worst 5.
5 points.
And
I think he should just stay back and make the point and slot the 3.
Yes,
and
keep a goalkeeper. Nice
because
spot.
he can't hit with the 2 because it's going to be too crucial. It's going to be too devastating. He's not going to stay in the game to the end if he hits with the 2.
But what are his options really? If the Gus just rolls a
this is a bad play. This is a bad play.
He went crazy.
It looks like
and it works.
Time pressure play. He gets away with it.
I bet you on that play. This is
I don't like my chances now.
This is the thing that Bobby Wachtel sort of like emphasized a lot, that you need to stay in the game to the end. When Sander didn't do that, I mean, he could have gotten crushed on that.
Perhaps he panicked. Meanwhile, he's got a monster game.
Meanwhile, he's got 19 seconds on the clock. I mean, maybe he did panic, but let's hope he can cruise it home. I mean, ace.
Looks like it.
Ace, baby. Look at that.
Okay, well, he's going to make the 3-point with the 6. I mean, that's clear, and then I suppose he's just going to safety that that blot on the 7 point.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. That's right.
So he's going to play it in. He's going to play against a 5.
He should play with the blot. He should play with the blot.
Okay, on the basis
to close him out with the aces if he doesn't succeed.
Okay, it's a monster 5-4 for Gus Hansen.
I think he did the right thing.
I don't think so. I disagree with you on that play.
6-2. Okay, we'll make a bet on it.
Absolutely. I didn't like that idea because Gus had 2 checkers they were out there blots, and now he either got to clear or come out. Now he doesn't have to clear that other checker.
Okay, 5-2 dances. We've got Gus Hansen in the driving seat in this match.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
That hurt.
He's in the driver's seat.
That hurt.
He must be an 80% favorite here, at least.
Jesus. Agree.
And the computer confirms 80% favorite, even more now. And it'll be a handshake.
Gus is known for leaving that last shot. He's known. He's done it so many times. He's known.
He's not going to do it this time, I feel.
And he did not.
Okay, it's a handshake, and that is $10,000 to Gus Hansen.
Well deserved, by the way. Well deserved.
And what a fantastic format. Speed backgammon at its best, world-class play, a lot of money on it, and I really enjoyed that, Mike.
And I certainly did myself. It was what we were expecting, and it was played at a very fast pace, but at a very high level.
Yeah, and I must say, and we got this great last game that went back and forth. He didn't double. He got too good. All of a sudden, Sander had a big double, and then it turned sideways again for him. He had five builders where he failed to make the point.
But overall, I think it's been a different level of match.
Only these 2 players could perform reasonable match play at this format. I mean, it was so fast, and they played so accurate. Like you said, they were time pressure. Sander made probably a couple of mistakes, but great entertainment.
Don't be so modest, Morten. You can do it too, and so can Falafel.
Well,
I would hope so.
We're not the fastest mices in the box, I mean.
But actually, to be honest, I was a bit disappointed from my good friend Sander, because it felt as if the pressure got to him a bit. And certainly Gus was very cool and did whatever he's used to doing.
And Gus was very wise doing that, because he knows that that's how he can beat Sander, because Gus is a machine and he's so fast.
Tune in next time to see who will join today's winner as Jan Jakobowicz of Germany takes on Tassilo Schiemann of Austria in the race for the WSOB Gold Cube.